Joining us now to talk about the reopening is Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning.
So a lot of people happy about things reopening, but a lot of things still have a long way to go. A lot of workers not back downtown, combination of the pandemic and also violence. How do you get workers and businesses to bring everything reopened back downtown?
Well, a lot of the CEOs that I'm talking to have very specific plans to bring their workers back downtown. We work with them to get their workers vaccinated. We're working with them to talk about things like the safety of the CTA, the safety of Metro. And I think once people see that the downtown is fully reopened, and I'm seeing it now, there's an uptick in the number of people that are taking the trains down every day. Traffic is definitely back up. I think there's a real hunger to be back together. Just as we're seeing people really excited to be in restaurants, music venues, and just outdoors, we're going to see people wanting to come back downtown to work.
The Chicago tourism season isn't as long as some other places with better weather, and hotels say they'd like some of that federal aid money and that you're keeping them waiting for it. Why is that?
Well, the hotel money doesn't go to from the city to them. It goes directly from the federal government, and I think those dollars are now starting to flow. But what I also know is that we're starting to see hotels that are open see levels of occupancy that they haven't seen since 2019. So our hotels are poised to be open. Our restaurants are open. And as you know, there's no restrictions on capacity. Some will require masking, but I think we're really well poised to come back. We've got the lowest unemployment rate of any major big city. We've got the highest vaccination rate of any major city in the country, still more to do. But our economy is roaring back. 32 corporate relocations in the last 12 months, and many even this year in the middle of a pandemic. And these are companies that could have gone anywhere. What we need is our workers. I'm hearing from restaurants and some small businesses that they're challenged with workers. So if you're out there and you want a job in hotels, hospitality, restaurants, Chicago's the place to be.
Well, we also talked about the amount of gun violence in the city of Chicago and of course, a lot of numbers being released about the number of children who have fallen victim to gun violence this year. What is your approach to this going forward? Obviously, everyone is heartbroken when they hear these stories every day. What can be done?
Well, it is tragic. And let's not skip over that. It's absolutely horrific when anyone is shot, but particularly when it's a child. So a couple things. Number one, we've got to have the federal government step up and pass common sense gun control measures like background checks so that there's no loopholes. But we're not waiting for the federal government to get its act together. We're doubling down not only on our public safety involving law enforcement, but we've focused on the 15 most violent beats in our city. And we're taking a whole of government approach, which means we are working with every government partner as well as the private sector, community-based organizations to really be present in these neighborhoods and physically occupy the space, but bring support to families and individuals. We know that a lot of these neighborhoods are poor and struggling and hurting. So we've got to address the root causes of the violence, and no one's taking a victory lap, but we're seeing progress. For example, over Memorial Day, we saw an 80% drop in shootings and homicides over 2020. That's significant progress, but more to do, and we've got to remain diligent and making sure that we're also holding the shooters accountable. We've got to get the criminal courts back open. The criminal courts have not had any meaningful trials in Cook County in well over a year. We can't arrest people and then put them out on electronic monitoring or pretrial release and think that they're not going to continue to do harm in communities. The courts have to be open.
You once supported the concept of an elected school board, and now you seem against it. There have been school closures and financial problems since City Hall took over the schools. How is City Hall, and this goes before you, of course, how has City Hall made schools better in Chicago?
Well, the proof is very clear. Since the mayor back in the 90s took over control of the schools, we went from being the worst in the nation to being one of the best in the nation. The progress is evident. We continue to exceed high school graduation rates, number of our kids that are getting scholarships and jobs. We've got to continue that process. So I'm not against a change in governance. I favor a hybrid form, but first and foremost, what is the best form of governance that's going to keep the progress, that's going to put our kids first and give parents a seat at the table? The bill that's working its way through the General Assembly does none of those things, and I'm fearful for the future of our children's education.
All right, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you.